How many hours have you clocked on Halo?
Too fucking many, mate. We can talk about it at the end. I have played way too much Halo. The Halo series stars about 3 characters of note, 2 of which spend most of their time inside the same suit of armour. With this in mind, you'd expect people making a Halo game to kind of realise that people give a shit about these characters. If that's the case, you're giving 343 Industries way too much credit. So Brad, if I recall correctly, you've not played much Halo.
Only the multiplayer.
Only the multiplayer, okay? So for you, Brad, and people watching at home who maybe aren't familiar with the games, the basic premise is that mainline Halo games follow the adventures of the man with the biggest dick in the universe. This man is called Master fucking Chief. And throughout the mainline Halo games, he saves the universe from complete and utter annihilation using a variety of weapons, vehicles, and his own bare hands.
Boo.
Considered the mascot of the Xbox and a consistent runner-up in virtually every character popularity poll ever conducted, Master Chief is rightly considered a beloved icon of gaming. It probably also helps the popularity of Master Chief that almost every game he's ever appeared in has been acclaimed by critics and has a multiplayer element that has pretty much set the precedent for how online first-person shooting games should be handled.
Halo was like the online first-person shooter game.
It was like the champion IP of the Xbox, and there was a period in gaming history where every first-person shooter that came out billed itself as a Halo killer. That's how like integral and like important Halo multiplayer was. Like Halo 2, there were people who played that after the servers got shut down for about 2 weeks because they loved it that much. I remember this being an actual news story that you can look up. When they were going to shut the servers down for Halo 2, a group of Halo fans created a custom match that they refused to leave and kept the servers on for a couple more days. And like until Microsoft went, all right, we get it, you love Halo 2, but we can't support this game anymore. And I think they sent them out like a copy of Halo 3 or something. Up until like Call of Duty Modern Warfare came along, like Halo was the game that you had to like compete with as an online first-person shooter. And it's just never reached that height again. And it's kind of sad considering how much effort and time I put into the Halo multiplayer.
Anybody who watches these videos regularly will know that a lot of Karl's stories start with I was playing Halo.
Playing Halo 3 when I was at university. I fucking love Halo, and that's why this is, more than anything, this video is just catharsis for me to say why I fucking hate this game, because I love Halo so much. In 2007, the lead creative force behind the Halo games, Bungie, parted ways with Microsoft, who then handed off the Halo IP to an in-house studio called 343 Industries, which brings us to Halo 5. I do not like.
See the anger.
I do not like Halo 5. I'm not a fan of Halo 5.
Is it objectively a decent game?
It's a very solid first-person shooter. I don't consider it to be a very good Halo game, however.
Yeah. Well.
It's a very solid, well-made first-person shooter with some very solid mechanics. I do not consider it a very good Halo game. I'd still much rather go play Halo 3. The problem is, the remastered version of Halo 3, made by 343 Industries, doesn't fucking work.
Why doesn't it work?
It's just broken. There is a collection of the original 3 games remastered called the Master Chief Collection that was like obviously handled by 343, and it just doesn't fucking work. It came out like 2 years ago, and it's only this year that they've agreed to fix it. Like stuff like menus don't work, you can't get into multiplayer games. Like if you just want to play one specific game mode from one specific version of Halo, you can't do that. You can't play like with guests, you can't customize your armor, there's features missing. And I'd much rather go back and play Halo 3, which is what I do when I go see a friend of mine. We go and we boot up our original copy of Halo 3 and play that rather than play the shitty remastered version because it's so much worse. During the early production cycle of Halo 5, fans almost immediately noticed something was amiss when all the promotional material for the game didn't feature Master Chief, but a new character created just for the game by 343 Industries called Spartan Locke.
Who the fuck is Spartan Locke?
Exactly. He's a new character created just for that game, which is fair enough. Like a lot of new games introduce a lot of new characters. One of the things that annoyed a lot of fans, myself included, is that Spartan Lock was retroactively inserted into the remastered version of Halo 2. Because you know what, if there's one thing fans of a series love, it's having a new character retroactively inserted into their favourite piece of media. Fans of the franchise were understandably a little concerned by this promotional material because it kind of suggests that Master Chief wasn't going to be in the game, something 343 Industries tried to address by releasing a statement saying no, Master Chief is absolutely still the main character of the Halo franchise and will be the main character of Halo 5. You know, despite the fact he'd not appeared in any promotional material up to that point, and everything related to the game pushed this new character 343 Industries had created.
So I'm going to guess, by the complete failure on your face to hide your utter contempt for Halo 5.
And 343 Industries, yes, this was a lie.
Yeah.
While Master Chief is in fact in Halo 5 as promised, he's not the main character. In fact, he's only playable in 3 of the game's 15 missions. I'd like to point out that in the previous 4 Halo mainline games, Master Chief is the main playable character in all of them, save for a few missions in Halo 2. And in Halo 3 if you decide to play co-op, in which case one of you plays as the Arbiter.
Am I right in thinking that Spartan Lock is basically the Poochie of Halo?
Yes, he is absolutely the Poochie of Halo. For people who don't know what that reference is, in one episode of The Simpsons, obviously the Poochie episode, basically a cartoon creator within the context of the Simpsons universe tries to spice up a show by introducing a new wacky character who's cooler than everybody else, and it just fails miserably.
Wiggity wiggity, word up! Lock on, party!
When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory?
And it's like a perfect example of just what happens when creative people get desperate for new material and they run out of ideas and stories for the existing characters in a series or franchise and think, oh fuck it, put in this new character who's the coolest and the strongest. It's like Spartan Lock is way cooler. He was always there. He's always in the background doing dirt when you weren't seeing him. He's definitely as cool as Master Chief, and obviously because they don't have the established context and the history that these existing characters do, they have to try super hard. So no, they're cool. These characters are cool.
Hey kids, always recycle. To the extreme! Busted!
By far one of the most frustrating aspects of Spartan Lock's inclusion in the Halo universe though was the fact that in Halo 5 he's shown to be able to hold his own against Master Chief in a fist fight. Virtually every game in the Halo series you play as Master Chief, so you the player know what this character is capable of. And I don't know about a lot of people playing, but my version of Master Chief destroyed every enemy he ever came across with a combination of gun butts, grenades and teabags. My version of Master Chief is just like this immortal Batman tier God King. So when I play Halo 5 and I'm playing as Spartan fucking Lock, it's like, this character beat up that character you played as for 3 games. No, he fucking didn't. This, for anyone unfamiliar with it, is an amazingly frustrating trope known as the Worf effect, a lazy storytelling device used to establish a character as being badass at the expense of an already established character.
Happens a lot in TV and film, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, and the Worf effect obviously is named after Lieutenant Worf from Star Trek The Next Generation, where to establish that a new character they introduced is being badass, they always used to have them beat up Worf. And this is okay once or twice, but by the end of Star Trek TNG, Worf just seems like an absolute fucking shitbird. How is he the security officer on this when he's getting beaten up by every enemy who ever comes onto the Starship Enterprise? Every other episode shows Worf getting his arsehole handed to him by another random enemy, including in one episode, a barrel.
Look out!
Are you aware of the barrel episode of Star Trek TNG?
No.
Right. In Star Trek TNG, Worf is obviously, he's a Klingon. Klingons have super resilient physiology compared to humans. And in one episode of Star Trek TNG, I believe called Ethics, there is a scene where Worf is just walking through the Starship Enterprise and a barrel that is very clearly empty lands on him and bounces off him. But that episode then smash cuts to Worf in hospital with the doctor saying his spine is completely shattered.
You can't move because one of the containers shattered 7 of your vertebrae and crushed your spinal cord.
But obviously, because the special effects are so bad, what we see as an audience is just this huge, big, buff black dude with a small, tiny barrel just gently fall off a shelf and cause him to just completely eat shit. And he smash cuts him in a hospital with a doctor going, his spine's gone. He's dead. And they said, if he'd not been a Klingon, that barrel would have utterly just crushed a human being. And that's not got a lot to do with the Worf effect, but I feel like it plays into the idea where they just consistently shit on this character so much that by the end of the series, he just doesn't seem badass anymore. And it's a similar thing in Halo where they spent so many games, usually with you controlling Master Chief, showing how awesome he is. Like, in that game, when you go onto the battlefield, the AI is programmed to run away from you. Like, if you kill certain enemies in that game, the smaller, weaker enemies will drop their guns and run away because they're that scared of Master Chief. They call him the Demon. That's how terrifying you are. You are a legend amongst your enemies' ranks. And throughout those games, you effortlessly slaughter entire armies. And then in Halo 5, this guy, this mythological figure in this universe, this figure who is held up, like people think he's some sort of deity, he's some sort of like godlike being who just descends onto battlefields and just destroys all in his wake, loses in a fist fight to a guy who's introduced 10 minutes earlier. It's like, so basically you just shit all over the legacy of this character for 15 years building up. So this new character that you made seems cooler. And it's just, it always ends poorly. It just ends up making the character you already like look like an absolute tongue. Just like Worf. So Brad, please, for my own benefit when I'm watching this back later, please replay the clip of Worf getting hit by that barrel and smash cut to in the hospital. But please just put a Master Chief helmet on his head for me. But here's the rub. After fans revealed that they were kind of annoyed that you didn't play as Master Chief all that much in Halo 5 and that the story kind of shit all over him, 343 Industries issued a statement saying they were surprised at this response because they didn't realise fans considered Master Chief to be a main character in the Halo franchise.
He's the only one anyone knows.
That's what makes this great. There are probably people watching this who've never played these games. I'm like, thank you for watching this far and for basically indulging my own ego while I basically just get this out of my system, right? If you see a picture of Master Chief, I'm going to guess people who don't even know the games know he's the Halo man. He's like, other than maybe Cortana, he's the only character people recognise in this franchise like outside the sphere of gaming. And then 343's like, we didn't realise people thought he was the main character. He's the only character anyone knows. Like, my mum knows that he's the Halo man. My mum knows that. She's never played a game in her life. Everyone knows he's the dude from Halo, if you don't know his name. Even if you consider all the expanded Halo universe stuff like the novels and the games that don't directly feature Master Chief, he's almost always mentioned in some way because they have to do that wink, wink, nudge, nudge to like the most famous character in the series. Like, even in novels where he's not like in them, they still talk about like this legendary figure in their universe, like the legendary Master Chief. It's like, oh my god, the greatest hero of them all. How is he not the main character when he's the player avatar for 4 fucking games? But Brad, as it often does in these videos, it's about to get a teensy bit worse because, according to series director Frank O'Connor, him and his team were confused to learn that fans of the franchise and the series and of Master Chief wanted Halo 5 to be either a continuation of or a conclusion to his story. And here's the best bit. Frank O'Connor acknowledges in the same interview that when they were making Halo 5, they were well aware of the fact people have been following Master Chief's story for 15 fucking years. And yet they still didn't realise that maybe the character people have been following for 15 years and the only real one anyone outside of the sphere of gaming recognises is the main character. Not even the main character, a major character in the universe. He saves the universe single-handedly. People are like, we didn't realise he was important to the story. He saves the fucking universe. Every character who's in that series is either, when he's not on screen, they are asking, where's Master Chief? When Master Chief's not on screen, characters ask, where's Master Chief? This Master Chief guy, he's in all the promotional material, he's the mascot of the Xbox, he's the main focal point of every mainline game, he's one of the most eminently recognisable figures in all of gaming history. Fans have been following his story for 15 years straight. The story mode of these games has been consistently lauded as being excellent. But who's the main character of Halo? I want to know, if they don't think he's a major character, who is? If they say Spartan Lock, I'm going to spasm so hard, I'm going to shit out a lung in rage. If he's not a major character in that universe, who the fuck is? If the guy who saves the universe on his own isn't a main character, who is?
So back to what I said at the start.
Yes.
How many hours have you actually clocked in Halo?
Too many. In Halo 3 specifically, a lot. I played it in university. We can actually look it up because if I recall correctly, Bungie.net has your total career stats. So if you will pass me my laptop, we will look this up live and we'll find out for the audience at home. So I'm just going to search this out. So, Brad, if you would like to do a non-obvious cut here until I find it and then we'll discuss it. So welcome back. I've now found my statistics for the game Halo 3. I'm not going to tell you what my gamer tag is because that's kind of embarrassing because I was 16 when I made it. But Brad, are you ready for me to just drop some numbers on you right now? Okay, my total number of kills in Halo was 19,223. So I'm hoping that that kind of sums up how many games I played. Let's point out that that's just my kills in Social Slayer, which is basically just like grab bag against everybody. My ranked kills are 7,600. So I killed about 26,000 people in Halo 3. I also played 1,566 games of Social and 768 games of ranked, so about 2,000 games of Halo. I killed 21% of all enemy players with my bare hands, which totals 3,000 kills. Oh my god, I reached rank 35.
Is that good?
No, I was not very good at. My overall kill death ratio was 0.92 in ranked and 1.08 in social, so about 1 to 1. So for every time I died, I took someone with me.
Is that good?
I guess it's okay. But let's keep going. There's more stuff on here because you've got all my old screenshots. So let's find some more, shall we? Okay, I have also. Oh man, oh god, this is awful. Oh, this is the worst. Oh god, this is all so embarrassing. Oh no.
Is it as embarrassing as the name though?
The name's the most embarrassing bit.
Go on, tell everybody the name.
Darkest Dragoon. Oh well, we'll point out that Xbox 360 picked that name for me, and I was just fine with it happening.
Darkest Dragoon?
Hey, it's just what it picked from.
Did you try and write Darkest Dragon? It said it was already taken.
Yeah. No, it gave, like, in Xbox 360, people better tell you this, it did give you, like, random names. So what I'm going to do now is I've got some screenshots from the Halo 3 campaign. Oh my god, some of these are so fucking bad. These are so embarrassing.
What are these screenshots of you doing?
Just screenshots from the game. It's like me teabagging people. Oh my god, I can't believe this is so embarrassing. 2,500 fucking games, man. This is just ridiculous.